Alright, today I'm going to inform you about the possibilities and the recovery of a concussion. Is it possible to protect a player from sustaining a concussion? To answer that question, think deeply. Have you ever asked yourself, have you ever asked someone, have you ever been dropped on your head? This is what it's like by getting a concussion. Having had the opportunity to have received a fair share of concussions back when I played, I felt like I had been dropped on my head. You are able to sustain a concussion not only during sporting activities but other activities as well. Today I'm going to talk about concussions, helmets, recovery, and the future of recovery of concussions. When you think of a concussion, I'm sure that you think of a sporting injury. Is there anything that you can do to make sure that you don't obtain a concussion? Here are a few symptoms of things that might allow you to know that you might have a concussion. Confusion, feeling dazed, clumsiness, slurred speech, nausea, vomiting, balance problems, and dizziness, headache, blurred vision, sensitive to light, sensitivity to noise, ringing in ears, behavior or personality changes, concentration difficulties, and memory loss. When you think of a concussion and you think your player or student might have a concussion, if things change, like they're this tough guy and they become a little baby, that might be a sign of a concussion. What is a concussion? A concussion is a traumatic brain injury that alters the way your brain functions. It's your computer of your body. According to the Mayo Clinic, explains the effects as temporary but can include headaches and problems with concentration, memory, balance, and coordination. There are several companies out there that make helmets to try to help prevent the possibility of receiving a concussion. And they're all for all levels. We must understand that the helmet only protects the skull and not the brain. We can do all that we can to protect the player's brain, but unable to keep the brain from hitting the side of the skull. Due to the force of the blow to the head, will rattle the brain of an athlete. Proper fitting helmets will help to protect the outside of the head. Along with the helmet, the mouthpiece helps protect the head. What should you do if you think you might have a concussion? 1. Tell your coach or your parent. Don't ignore a bump or a blow to the head even if you feel fine. Also, if you think one of your teammates might have a concussion, please alert your coach. 2. Get a medical checkup. Take your kid to their doctor or professional care provider, and they will have the opportunity to tell you that if your kid has a concussion or not. 3. Give yourself the opportunity to get better. Your brain needs to heal. While your brain is still healing, you are more susceptible to receiving a second concussion. Second or later concussions can cause more damage to your brain. Recovery of a concussion. The USA Football Concussion Protocol is that you are able to return to play once you have completed your 5 days of concussion testing. At any time during these 5 days that headache returns, players must start over this protocol. Players can only return to play once they have been cleared by a doctor or a practitioner. Parents and coaches are not allowed to give approval to return. In the future, rest and hydration is a key to helping with the recovery of a concussion. Make sure to return to their normal activities slowly but not all at once. During this time, your child may need to spend less time at school, rest often, or be given more time to take tests. Allow your child or teen to only take medication that is approved by their medical provider. In conclusion, the brain is the part of the head that is affected when it's concussed. Concussions can happen in small or big injuries. The helmet can only protect the skull and not the brain. If the athlete is able to make it through the 5 days of protocol, they are able to return to activities. We must remember that only doctors and physicians can clear a player for activities.